Okay, so neck exercises. I have a couple of these, and I used to do these all in some point, but now I have moved to the what I saw in the end of the video, the one which doesn't use weights, because I consider them as the safest alternative to train your neck. So, but I start now from the least safe, and then lastly I saw the safest alternatives which I am doing myself. So, first is obviously weights, and hence do this by taking some kind of weight. Here is a plate. And then you want to have some kind of hat on, because you will place this on your forehead and it will create quite a lot of pressure. So if you are just pressing against your skull, like here, it can hurt. So, alright, so I didn't find a hat, but let's go with this towel. So you just fold it so that you can make some kind of padding out of it, like so. Now what you do is you put this on your forehead so that your forehead touches here on this part, and you put this padding where your forehead goes, like so. I will demonstrate. Like so. And there you go. That's how you can train this forward movement, these muscles, with the weight. Okay, then next is the body weight exercise, which is maybe a bit safer. So that's this next. Alright, so here is the body weight exercise, how you can train these muscles, which does this much function. So you just take this towel again, you fold it like so, and you make this kind of pillow out of it. Then you place the pillow on the wall, and this is important that there is height, because you will put your forehead here and your nose comes off this. Your nose goes here and your forehead is here. So if this is not high enough, your nose will touch the wall and it is not comfortable. So you take it like this and then you do this. So basically I just keeping your feet on place and touching the wall with your body. And this is higher further you are away from the wall. Like doing it like this. So that's one way you can do this with body weight. Okay, let's do it from so that you can see the entire body. So here is demonstration. You are like this, leaning it with your forehead, and then you touch the wall with your chest. Like so. And then finally, the movement which I'm doing myself, which I think is the safest. This might sound a little paradoxical, what you are doing here, but basically you are pushing your forehead with your own arms. Like there is two ways you can do this. Here is the first way. You just go like this somewhere where you can be. It doesn't have to be a bench, like, let me go. It can be like a chair or whatever you have, like. And then what you do is you just push your forehead with your own arms. You create pressure here. And you keep the pressure and you do this movement, like so. It may look like I'm not doing anything, but I am creating pressure. I'm pushing my forehead with my arms. So, obviously this is not as quantitative. You don't know how much you did, but more you push, higher it is. So, but this is the safest way in my opinion. Because you can, by pushing harder or weaker, you can immediately change the resistance. With the weights and with this body weight stuff, you have to take in consideration that it is your neck. You don't want to get a neck injury from training your neck. So you want to keep it safe. So that's why, and also neck is very like, you have vertebrae which goes down your head. And also there is this, I put the name of it here, but the highest vertebrae you have between the skull and the neck, like the vertebrae and the skull, there is no padding. The joint it doesn't have this padding. So it's bone against bone there. So in my opinion, it can be, you do not want to cause yourself any kinds of wear and tear there. Because think about in a long run, if you overuse that joint. So that's why I would highly recommend that you would at least start with this, do it the resistance yourself. Like, let me show a couple of examples how you could make this so that it would be easier to not cheat. Like, you could use some kind of, let me show. Alright, couple of options. This is a tennis ball and this is tape. Just regular, this kind of tape. Alright, but what these have in common is that you can squeeze them. You can also squeeze this, as you can see. It has some kind of give to it. So how you can use this with this kind of exercises, that you put this, let's use the tennis ball first. You press this tennis ball against your forehead. You put it here. And now you are pushing with your hands the tennis ball into your forehead. You're basically trying to squeeze the tennis ball with your forehead and your arm, like so. And then you do this movement. Notice that I'm keeping the tennis ball squeezed. all the time. So there is pressure from the tennis ball being squeezed. The tennis ball, when you squeeze it, it is creating pressure outward on both directions. So you know that you have adequate pressure when the tennis ball stays squeezed. So that is one way how you can make this maybe more quantitative, so that you know you are not cheating yourself by giving yourself too easy of a resistance. So you can do this. And trust me, you do those 20 reps of those, you will not feel it in your neck. And then with the tape measure, the same principle. You just push the tape measure against your head, not tape measure, but tape, like so. You're basically trying to squeeze the tape measure flat with your head and with the arms, like so. Okay, that was the first way how you can use your arms to train your neck. And the next one is that you use the, not pushing, but you use the friction from your hands to train your neck. This goes like something like this. You can also do it as on laying down, but you can also do it like this. You put your arms like so. You can do it this on a table or whatever, like so. And you put your face against your arms, and then you try to push your head through your arms, like so. Like so. And you are trying to grip your face with your arms so that it would not like go past it. You squeeze your head and so try to hard as you can keep your head from moving with your arms, and then you try to use your head to push through the hands, like so. Well, usually you would do this without a mask, so it would be easier, but now that I have the mask on, the mask is sliding, so I cannot fully demonstrate this, but it is a lot more effective without the mask. Again, skin on skin, as you can imagine. So you just try to push your head through your arms like this. As so. So there you have one way of training with weights, one way of training with body weight, and two ways with training with your pure arms. So I think the two latter ones, the arm exercises, are the safest and the ones which I personally do. Because I came to the conclusion that they are enough. Because they do the job, they get the job done, and they are safe. So I don't think they have any long-term negative consequences of doing them, like maybe the weights and body weight thing can cause. All right, so that was for the neck going forward. Next is the neck going backwards. So let's look into those. All right. First, I showed this body weight exercise for the neck, the back neck muscles, whatever they are called. You do the same what we did with the towel thing. You make some kind of padding where you can put your head, like so. And it is kind of good that the padding wouldn't slide too much. So, if possible, put some kind of stuff under it. Like here is a piece of an exercise band. Let's put it here. It creates some resistance to it. Like so. Then what you do, just do this. Basically, if you have seen Mike Tyson do this is the same stuff. So you do this. And now, a couple of tips with this. Closer you as you bring the tips of your legs, the easier it is. Like if you are like this, it's a lot easier like this than if you are like this. You know? Because the basic body mechanics apply here too with everything. Bigger the lever, harder it is. Alright? So, lever means when you get up like this, the lever is the tip of your head to the top part of your body which touches the floor. So if you make this lever from here to here shorter, it becomes easier. Meaning that you bring your legs closer to your ass, like so. This makes the movement easier. And if you put them farther away, it becomes harder, like here. It's harder. And if you just keep widening this distance, eventually it becomes so that you cannot even lift it yourself. Like you see. I couldn't lift myself by having the legs like this. So you start with the lever you want and then increase the lever as you see fit. If you want to keep this somewhat quantitative, meaning that you know what you did last time, you can start it by having your legs somewhat against a wall or something and measuring the distance from your head to the wall or something. Or you just do it until you exhaust yourself and then you do it harder and harder. But that is one way to make it harder is move your legs. The other way how you can make this harder is by putting some kind of weight on your chest. Example, you can put a 5 kilogram plate here and then do this thing. So it's harder. And if you want more weights, then you put just more. You take a bigger weight on your chest. And you try to do the movement. Notice now that there is some cheating involved in this movement. Because there is now 2 ways to change the weight. It means that your body can use the other way to cheat. As you may have noticed, when I put the 20 kilos here, I probably subconsciously move my legs a little bit closer to my ass. What I'm doing subconsciously then is I'm compensating it. Because I'm putting more weight here, my body knows that, hey, that is a hell of a lot of weight. Can we lift it? So it subconsciously starts to think about ways of cheating, and one of which is to bring your legs closer to your ass. Shortening this lever. So 2 ways how you can change the weight. Changing the lever, which is the tip of your toes on the floor, the point, to the point which your head touches the floor. This changes the resistance, but also weight which you put here. Alright, that is one way how you can train your neck. Alright? Alright, the next movement is not for everybody. So, because this movement requires that you are keeping this in your mouth. So, what we have going on here, you have just regular this kind of belt, this kind of martial art belt here, with the knot attached to the weight. Then you have this kind of strap, and then you have a stick. And what you do is you put this strap like so through this martial art belt, so that there is two ends of it. Then you put this stick through the two ends of the strap. Now, like so. And then what you do is you put this behind your head and this goes into your mouth. You do it like this. This goes into your mouth. Huh? Like so. Alright? Like so. Now, like I said, it's not for everybody. You can do it on a table or whatever. Now, basically what you have going on was a stick, strap, and martial art belt where you have the weight. So that is how you can train it with purely with weights. And if you are afraid that it will break your teeth, like, I'm not gonna say it doesn't break your teeth, because it might break your teeth. It didn't break mine, because the pressure what it is producing is pushing this into your mouth, not out from your mouth. So it's not like you can decide do you do it or not. I know that this is kind of a crazy movement because you are having something in your mouth. Usually people don't do that, I understand. But this is one way how you can train your neck, which I did some time ago. So here is that, if you want to try. Alright, this is in my opinion, the safest way to train the neck. And it's basically the same as with this movement, this forward movement. And you are using your hands to create the pressure. You can do this with sitting down by just holding your hands behind your head and pushing your head forward. This is like, if you want something like measurable that you for sure know that there is pressure, you can do this with some kind of resistance band or something, where you just put this behind your head and put here resistance and then do this movement. notice that there has to be now constant pressure because the band is all the time stretched. So you know that there is always pressure. But you can also feel it by just pushing it with your hand. So it's kind of, I feel this is the safest way to do it. And also one more trick, because it is your neck. And as with your spine, the same way with your neck. When you are deadlifting, for example, you don't want to bend over your back. You don't do deadlift like this, with bent back, right? So similarly with your neck, you would not want too much forward bending, because the erector muscles are very close to the spine, you know? Like, it's basic mechanics. Again, bigger the lever, bigger your lever is, the easier it is for you. But bigger the lever is for the weight, the harder it is for you. Alright? If you now think about the spine goes here, not here. It means that you are somewhat stronger forward than you are backwards. Mechanically. Obviously there is more muscles behind so that it compensates it. But the pressure which the back muscles create to the spine is greater because the lever is shorter. Because the muscles are so close to the spine. You can think about this as, just think about this. You would have this kind of thing, which you are like lifting against, like this back of this. Now think about that. This is your spine. There is forward and there is behind. And this is now your head. Now think about, because the muscles are so close to the spine, here, they are pulling it with a shorter lever, like so. It creates a greater pressure downward, because they have so little lever. Instead of your front of your body, where there is inner organs and there is some all kind of windpipes and pipes which take stuff in your body. So these muscles are more out from your spine. It means now that they have longer lever to do this, which doesn't push so much down here as you think. Like, you can test it by, like so. Put a finger under this thing and do this. Then shorten the lever, and you can notice that it will hurt more your finger because there is greater pressure. Same way with these back muscles in your neck. They are strong, they can do a lot, but they are pushing the spine. They are compressing the spine with a greater force than these muscles here. So take that into consideration when you are doing this to stay safe. Because how you take that into consideration is that you make this portion where you have your head down, you make this easy. You don't push hard here, because there your neck is vulnerable, because it's fully extended. In some sense, it's in a hyper-extended position. It's not healthy to push it here and try to do this. So either avoid pushing your head completely down and then coming up, or then you make this portion super easy. And then only apply the resistance when your head is somewhat upright, like here. You don't do this and then try to come up. Because it puts your neck in a vulnerable position where it's fully like bent down. Because it can cause some kind of hernia or whatever. You don't want to injure the neck, like I said. So these are a couple of things how you can keep the neck safe. So this was the first way how you can with your hands train the neck. And caution with this one and with the other movement too. You don't want to go all the way down because, like I said, it's a vulnerable position for your neck. And if I would be you, I would want to have a healthy neck for a long time. So don't go crazy with this. You know, you are not deadlifting anything with your neck. It's good to have a strong neck, but it's even better to have a healthy neck. So don't break it. Alright, then the last movement, which I think might be the safest, is the same principle of providing friction with your hand. You put your hands behind your head, like so, and then you hold on to your head. You are not pushing down. You are just hold on to it. And then you try to, with your head, you try to do this. Push it through your hands. You know, like so. Obviously, it's easier without the mask, but because you can really grip your head. So that's what you do. And it's safe because you are not pushing the head down. Meaning that there is not that kind of, you are not forcing your head into a bad position. Because it's totally your neck which is doing all the generation of power. Because it's pushing against your hands, which are just trying to create friction. So my usually back neck workout is that I started with this. That I push it against my head like so. I push my head through my hands, like so. Obviously it's hard to demonstrate with the mask on, but just imagine that I would grip my head as hard as I could, like so, and then try to pull my head through it. I do this like 20 reps until my neck is totally pumped. And then I do this. After I have pre-exhausted my neck with this safer exercise. Then I do this with the other set, like this. Like so. And that's what I usually do these days. I used to do those other ones, but I consider now that they are my baby too dangerous. You know? So, this kind of neck is what you get with this. Like, I don't know, maybe it would be wise to measure the neck. Alright, let's see what kind of neck measurements I have. Don't know. I think it's somewhere there. So 47 centimeters. It's this many inches. So that is that kind of neck I have built with these exercises. Meaning the hand resistance ones, which I usually do these days. And I think they are enough and quite safe. So that was all. Bye.